Welcome to the Boys in Old Gold.
Welcome to the Boys in Old Gold. Welcome to the Boys in Old Gold, and if you're not new, welcome back to the Boys in Old Gold. We might have lost a few members along the way. This time we're back for good.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? But me and Lance, we're back, and we're here for good. I'm going to be kicking it off with some Premier League score predictions. Future Alfie, show us the rules. Each week before the games, me and Lance will predict who will win, lose or draw, and then we will predict the exact score. And we will also predict who we think score the goals. Here's how we'll score the points. If we get the result right, that is 1 point. If we get the exact score right, that's 3 points. For every goal scorer we predict, and if we get a correct goal scorer, we will get an extra bonus additional point. And if we nail the result, the exact score, and every single goal scorer, we will bag an additional 5 extra points. Now back to the video.
Now that Alfie's explained the rules, we couldn't get a video up for last week, but on the screen you'll see a table of points we got from game week 1.
West Ham vs Chelsea. Both teams got a poor result last week, and they're both in desperate need of getting some sort of points.
Yeah, two London clubs, both need points. Chelsea probably the favourites to win, but could go either way really.
I mean, West Ham did lose 3-0 against Sunderland, which is a bit embarrassing to be fair. But then also Chelsea didn't have a good result against Crystal Palace either, to be fair.
Realistically, it should be quite an easy game for Chelsea. I'm going to say they're going to win 2-0. João Pedro and Palmer to score.
Funnily enough, I'm not going to lie, we both put the same result. I'll put 2-0 Chelsea to win, João Pedro and Palmer to score. So, go straight on to Man City versus Spurs.
Okay, City versus Tottenham. To be fair, I think Tottenham normally win, so you never know. City played good last week against Wolves. Well, should be a good one, to be fair.
Yeah, usually these two sides do have a good match against each other, but especially last week with both teams having a good result, like City beating us 4-0 and Spurs beating newly promoted side Burnley 3-0. It's going to be a good close match, but for me, this week, I'm going to say Man City 3, Spurs 1, with that new Rangers to score, Haaland to score, Doku to score, and Kudus to score.
Yeah, I'm going to go with City 4-1, Rangers, Haaland 2 goals, and I'll go with Cherky. And then for Tottenham, I think I'll go with Brennan Johnson. They're not that far off Alfie's predictions, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Tottenham aren't as good as the side as they was, but they're still a good side. But Man City would definitely give them a run for the money. So that's why I said 3-1 to City. So, on to Bournemouth versus Wolves. This game would probably be a boring one, considering we lost 4-0 against City and Bournemouth lost to Liverpool. But they didn't play that bad considering they are the champions. To be fair, consider it's a boring one. I'm always going to back my own team to win. My prediction is Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. And I'll put Manetzi to score just because I feel like after his disallowed goal against City, and just the way he's been playing, I feel like he'll be pretty decent, so yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be a boring one. I'll get straight to the point. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 0, Larson score. I'll back my own.
Brentford Villa. Brentford really aren't going to do well this season after their 3-1 loss against Forest as well. They're just not playing good football. They've lost half their team. It's just not looking good for them this year. So, my prediction will be Brentford 1, Villa 2. With Lewis Pollard to score for Brentford, Watkins and Rodgers to score for Villa. What about your prediction, Lance?
Yeah, with Brentford losing Mbeumo in the summer and Wisson's just being a baby, I'm going to say they're going to get battered and probably go down. I'll put 4-1 to Villa, Igor Thiago to score for Brentford, Watkins score for Villa, Morgan Rodgers twice, and I'll go with McGinn. On to the next one. Burnley versus Sunderland. Going to be probably an easy game for Sunderland after their 3-0 battering of West Ham. I'm going to go 3-0 again. Mayenda to score, Adingra, and I'll go with Xhaka.
The two new promoted sides, Burnley versus Sunderland. I think Sunderland are going to get another 3 points again. I'm going to say 2-0 to Sunderland with Xhaka and Mayenda to score. On to Arsenal versus Leeds.
Leeds visiting Arsenal. Probably going to be a hard game for them. I'm going to go with, obviously, the favourites to win. Arsenal 3, Leeds 1. For Arsenal, we'll go Marino 2 goals. We'll go with Gyökeres to bag his first Prem goal. And then for Leeds, we'll go with Ampadu to score 1 up.
Obviously, I'm going to say their favourites to win as well for myself. But I'm going to say Odegaard to score, like Lance, Gyökeres to score his first Prem goal, and also Perot for Leeds to score. So that's 2-1 to Arsenal. Let's move on to the next one. Palace vs Forest. This might be a decent game for Forest, as Forest won last week, 3-1. Good game, to be fair. Chris Wood back too. And, I don't know, it's just going to be a good game for Forest again. I think they'll pick another 3 points up. And I'll say 3-0 to Forest, with Wood to score, Gibbs White and Hudson-Odoi to score.
Probably a Foresty game with all the Europa League stuff going on. Obviously, Forest have ended up taking Europa League from Palace, with them winning the FA Cup, so realistically they've been robbed of it, but it's probably going to be a Foresty game. Palace fans aren't going to be happy, especially after Eze's disallowed goal last week. I'm going to go with 1-1, Mateta to score and Gibbs White.
Everton vs Brighton. This is going to be another boring game. I'm just going to go straight into my prediction. Everton 1, Brighton 2. Grealish to score his first goal for Everton. Rutter to score for Brighton and Belay to score for Brighton.
Probably one of the most boring games this week. I'll say 1-0 to Brighton. Rutter to score. Nothing much to probably happen. On to Fulham versus United. On to one of the last predictions. United are going to be travelling to Craven Cottage. It's probably going to be a decent game. To be fair, I'm going to go with a bit of a bizarre prediction. I'll go with 2-1 to Fulham. Raul and Muniz to score. Shesko to score for United.
Even though I watched United versus Arsenal last week, and I know Arsenal won, but United still didn't play great football either with their new signs and everything as well. But I still think United would still be the better side against Fulham. So in that case, I'm just going to say 2-1 to United, with Raul Jimenez to score for Fulham, Cunha and then Buemo to score for United. On to the final prediction of the day. Newcastle versus Liverpool. The Isaac Derby, or whatever you want to call it. This might be a Foresty game. This is going to be even more Foresty than that Palace Forest game. Nobody knows what's going on with Isaac at the moment, but we'll just see what happens or whatever. But after Liverpool's good game last week, I think they'll win again. And also Newcastle, they didn't play great football against Villa either. Gakpo and Ekitike doing celebrations for Jota. Absolute cinema, mate, I must say. All jokes aside, Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. And then I'll say Elanga score a goal for Newcastle, new signing. Gakpo, Salah and Ekitike score for Liverpool. 3 cop-outs for the 3 points. Hopefully, anyway. It's a cop-out, but you got to do what you got to do. Well, that's what I think's going to happen anyway.
To finish the Theboysinoldgold comeback video, this is going to be my final prediction. I'm going to go with Liverpool to win 2-1. Very interesting game. We'll go with Ekitike and Salah to score. Salah for my FPL. And for Newcastle, we'll go with their new signing, Elanga.
Right, that's the end of all of our predictions. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully, I'll come on top with all my points. Hopefully, I'm beating Lance by the end of next game week. Currently, it's tied, so hopefully by the end of next week, I am winning. Make sure to look out for game week 3, where we'll be doing our score predictions again. And that's the Theboysinoldgold back, mate. We're back for good, I'm telling you.
So, with us being back, we've got a goal for the end of the year. We want 300 subs. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. And now that we've got all that dead weight off, it's just me and Alfie. Let's get the channel back going.